Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Glenn Ivey from Maryland. Congressman, good to see you. Let's just start with the facts here. Homicide rates have been declining since the 1990s. Overall violent crime just hit a 30-year low this year. And homelessness in D.C., which the president has also pointed to as justification for these actions, homelessness is actually lower right now than at any point during Trump's first term in office. Given that background, what questions do you have about this federal takeover?
Well, question number one would be why now? I mean, I think crime's lower now than it was at the tail end of his administration. And when I was a prosecutor in Washington, D.C., when we had 450 to 500 homicides per year, that was during the Bush administration, Bush 1. They didn't take these kinds of steps. So you do wonder if is this aimed at a distraction for the Epstein files kind of issue, or, why he's doing it, I'm not sure. But I am concerned, though, because I think from a public safety standpoint, this is a move that actually would undermine it. Soldiers aren't trained to do things like collect evidence. They don't know about the chain of custody. They don't know how to Mirandize people or when they're supposed to do it. So you could actually have serious violent crimes get thrown out of court if people's constitutional rights are violated. I'm also worried about excessive force. I mean, these D.C. police officers are trained on the force continuum. They have options other than guns, like, say, tasers that they can use when you can use something less than deadly force to take care of a situation. I don't know that these National Guard soldiers are going to have either the training or the tools to do those kinds of things. So you could actually be making matters worse. And then just one final point. If you're really worried about crime in D.C., release the $1 billion that's being withheld from the city that they want to use for teachers and cops, so they can put more of them on the street.
We keep asking who's in charge of what, and we do know there was some chaos initially when some of the FBI agents were sent out to patrol over the weekend. We were told Mayor Bowser said she wasn't even keyed into some of these plans ahead of time. She called the president's move unsettling, unprecedented. She also had this to say. Let's watch.
The fact that we have more law enforcement and presence in neighborhoods, that could not, that may be positive. I know it's frustrating sometimes to hear if I say our crime numbers have gone down, yet you've been a victim of crime. It doesn't matter to you if crime has gone down, if you were a victim or you know someone who is a victim.
Do you agree that there could be some positives that come of this?
I think it depends on how you do it. So when I was state's attorney in Prince George's County, which is the neighboring jurisdiction, I frequently tried to work with federal agencies, especially the FBI, but I tried to play to their strengths. They're not street patrol officers. They're investigators that help with major crimes because they have a great skill set for that. And more can be better when you have more of those kinds of agents with those kinds of backgrounds. So I think potentially it could be good. But the other part of it, too, is I think there are ways that crime has been reduced. Take, for example, in Baltimore, it's dropped, I think it's like 65% in the last year or two. Boston only had 24 homicides. One of the things that helped with that was the Office of Gun Violence Reduction that the Biden administration put in place. The first thing Trump did was shut that thing down. And he also has cut funding for grants programs that help with violence reduction. Because yes, cops are a great way to go, but intervention and prevention programs can be very effective, too, especially when you coordinate them with enforcement efforts. But he's not doing that. He's pulling out the. Yeah, he's doing the dictator playbook again, just like he did in L.A. He's really not trying to reduce crime. This is about another strategy.
Most people can agree with the goal to reduce crime, but a lot of critics are taking issue, and I am hearing it from you, taking issue with how the administration is going about this. Also, there's the president's rhetoric. He called this Liberation Day in D.C. He said, we are taking our capital back. What do you make of this kind of messaging? The commander-in-chief hyping the National Guard as an occupying force coming to liberate an American city.
Well, I mean, it's another, example of Donald Trump, doing the overhype and I think scaring people in other places in the country and maybe in the district as well. But, Liberation Day weren't the tariffs Liberation Day, too? And we've seen how great that's been working. Let's stop playing games with crime. This is life and death. If you want to roll out federal assistance to help with law enforcement in the district, do it in a coordinated way, like work with the police chief, for example. Put the people out there who actually know what they're doing. like not soldiers who don't have training with chain of custody, for example, or force continuum. Put people out there who know what they're doing and can work with the local police, because we do it all the time. There are teams of, whether it's Secret Service, Marshals, FBI, they do coordinated work with the MPD all the time. Do it now, ramp it up if you want. But this is a show that has nothing to do with that. This is about flexing the muscles, being macho, and rolling out more of the dictator playbook pages.
Quickly, if you will, we heard from the D.C. Attorney General call the administration actions unprecedented, unnecessary, unlawful. He says his office is considering all options. Given your background as a former state and a former federal prosecutor, do you see a legal path to block the president's actions and efforts?
I think so. I mean, for example, just one quick one. This isn't an emergency. So what he did under the Home Rule Act, there's supposed to be an emergency situation. Clearly, this isn't that. So I'm hoping that the D.C. Attorney General will be open to all possibilities. The trick here, though, is it's only 30 days, right? And then after that, he has to get an extension from Congress. So it may expire fast enough that there isn't sufficient time to litigate it out. But I do hope that we will challenge this in court, because I think it's illegal.
Congressman Glenn Ivey, thanks for taking the time. We appreciate the conversation.